Okay, so here me and Luna are working on manners at the door, sitting when being leashed and waiting to be released to go outside. So she sits lovely when I have the leash on, when I'm trying to put the leash on. This time she popped up a little bit, so I just simply closed the door, waited for her to go back into a sit, and I opened the door again. I really love this eye contact that she's giving me, so gave her a little treat for that. And then I will release her. And there she goes. Okay, so here it is, just the same thing, different view. So waited her for her to sit with the leash, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. Girl. All right, all done. Good.
Okay, here's us working on recall.
Luna!
There's 3 ways. This is the first way that I like to work on it. I just have her on a long line out in the backyard, front yard, park. And when she wanders away from me, I go ahead and just give her a recall back. If I do this on a walk, I'll probably only recall her 3 times just so that she doesn't get sick of doing this behavior. It didn't work too well in the front yard because she just followed me around after this first recall. So, not the best at this moment, but that's okay. Okay, here is the second way to work on it. It's where I'm going to recall her here. She gets lots of treats. I like to treat her multiple times when she's with me. Then I go ahead and toss it out. She not too great at following treats yet, but there we go. Try again.
Find it.
Okay, when she's out, I'll go ahead and recall her, and she'll come right into me. And I just keep doing that. Keep tossing treats out to get her away from me, create that distance. Then I'll recall her in.
Find it.
Okay, the third way I like to work on it is using 2 people. I do not recommend using kids. It's really hard because they do not follow directions. But I didn't have anybody else. So this is just an idea. And you just recall her back and forth. They usually catch on pretty quickly, so once she just starts going back and forth on her own, I usually call it by then and say, okay, we're done, and we'll do it again later. This is a really good one because then she'll start coming to multiple people. You can use 3 people if you have 3 people. You can mix it up. It doesn't have to always go back and forth. It could go, you know, a bunch of ways if you have 3 people or 4. But it's a good one. Now there is a 4th one. There's more than 4 or 5, 6. But another one that I couldn't record that is really good is a hide and seek game. I like to play it inside. I can show it to you when I come by. But basically you just hide, use her recall, and then she has to find you. Turn to the side. Stop. A little closer. Say her name. And go. Run. Run. Away. Run away from us.
Oh, okay.
She's got to be looking at you, though. Say your name. Say yes. Yes. Okay, as far as jumping overexcited greetings go. I'll try to explain it as most as I can here, but then I'll also cover it at your house. The idea is to ignore. That is the quickest way, is to ignore at all. Positive, negative, any kind of interaction when her feet are on you, just ignore. That is not always obtainable, whether it's because guests don't want to ignore her or your kids are having a hard time ignoring her. But we can kind of come up with a game plan that you can put in place with people that aren't able to ignore her, which could be between teaching her an off cue, or it could be putting her up with guests. Here I am trying to show you on Boom, but he just kept leaving and it wasn't working. But I'll explain.